Hey gang, welcome to our new channel, Intangible Quests IQ. We've got Brittan here for the show. And today, this is our first episode. We are going to do something just rather simple. Not sure if it's going to end up with any type of where we're going to see anything. We probably won't. And that's what this channel is all about. But there's one story I really want to check off my box here. And that is the story of Richard Warren Sears. Now, if you go back to an earlier episode, I'm going to say it's about a year ago, maybe longer. There's this bald-faced guy, and I did this episode of some memories that happened in my childhood. But at the end of the video, I have some bonus footage, and in that bonus footage, I went by myself into the Rosehill Mausoleum, and when I went in that crypt, if you remember, those of you who have seen it, the temperature went from 60 degrees within seconds all the way to, it must have been 100 degrees because I had to get out of there within, it was maybe a minute later and I was soaking wet with sweat. It was the weirdest experience. So as I said before, in my live stream, if you saw, I was scoffing earlier at the use of thermal camera. We're going to be using different equipment as we learn, and maybe some stuff we're going to custom build, but the thermal camera, there actually is a use for it with this application. So Brittan and I, we're going to Rosehill right now, and where Brittan comes in, he knows a lot of the background between, was it Montgomery Ward?
Aaron Montgomery Ward.
Montgomery Ward crypt. We'll check out their family crypt too. And those two were battling always in life, and they say that they battle there in the mausoleum. But anyway, the point is I want to get in there with the thermal camera. I got a little handheld. It's nothing fancy, but it's something where we can do it together. That's the red light camera. Beware. We want to go, it's something that I want to just check off my box and say, okay, his crypt is cold. There's nothing going on, but still interested. What's causing this? Maybe we'll just find out the radiator or something. I don't know. But what's fun is we're going to take you guys all along. We're going to do it together, unscripted as usual, and let's see what happens. Let's not expect anything, but let's go in there and let's go check it out, all right? See you there. Okay, guys, we are at the Rosehill Mausoleum, and I'm going to be walking back towards the shed chapel. Brittan's back there already, scoping it out. So let's check it out. We came here before, we were looking at a lot of the stained glass. If you've seen that video, there's just some amazing works in this mausoleum. Let's see if we can thread our way back to, I think it's this way, yeah. Right at the end of this hallway, I believe. Oh, there's Brittan. How's it going? The man in black. All right. Yeah, this should be the shed, right? Look at this, guys. Yeah, we did an episode on this, the sheds and the Schweppes. Hi, Brittan. How's it going, buddy?
Morning, gang. Good to see everyone.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
That's Tiffany stained glass in there.
The famous stained glass. Let's give them a quick look. Yeah, we did an episode on this already, and John G. Shed was into the nautical thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, look at that.
And that right here.
So we have baby Schwepp.
Yeah.
And then what was interesting that's still here, the staining from Helen, or the crypt that's above hers. Really creepy, man. Okay, so you know what? So here's what I want to do. Let's get out of here. So what I'm thinking is, okay, so the mission today is the thermal camera at the Richard Warren Sears crypt. And before we go there, can you take us to the crypt of Montgomery Ward and tell us that story? Where's that? Down this way?
Oh boy.
Where is it?
Right here to your left.
Oh, this is it. Holy cow. No lights here. I wonder where the light switch is. You know where the light switch is? They don't have any motion lights here. Okay. I've got a flashlight also. Look at these doors. Holy cow. So it looks like I see some stained glass in there. Let me see if I can get a light on it. Yeah.
There's Mr. Warren on the upper left.
So A. Montgomery Ward, right? That's him there.
His wife Elizabeth to the right.
Okay. 1913, it looks like he died. So there's Elizabeth. So this is the family crypt, and there are others in there. So tell me, Brittan, what's the story with this guy?
Well, they were retail giants, big rivals in life. And according to the legends, their ghosts travel back and forth between this corridor and the anniversaries of their death. Sears versus Ward.
So they had some battles in life. Of course, they were competitors, right?
The ghost of Richard Sears is said to have a top hat, and the ghost of Baron Montgomery Ward is said to be finely dressed with his timepiece.
Really? Now people have witnessed their apparitions here in the mausoleum?
Yeah, over the years there are reports.
Interesting. So, have they been seen like duking it out here in the hallways?
Supposedly.
Cool. Well, let's go to the... Yeah, now it's to the left as I recall. So before we actually go in, so again, I had this really, really bad experience in there. And, most of our equipment, as we develop and grow, we're going to be getting probably electromagnetic type of sensors. Yeah, well, not just the meters. I'm trying to get an imaging device built. But short of that, we're not going to have very much use for the thermal camera. But I do have, this is actually for hunting. It's made by Loophole. You can buy it on Amazon. I don't know, it's like $300. And this is for following the, to find an animal that I guess hunters have taken down. And it actually works pretty good. Now, I'm an expert with thermal cameras because of my Arctic expeditions and also other type of imaging devices. So I can tell you that this device does not have a great image. Here, why don't you stand here and I'll give you an example. We'll get Brittan. Why don't you stay still? Right there is good. So you can basically get a feel. Now what this is going to be very sensitively pick up cold and heat differential. So you can see just below Brittan's nose. Why don't you stay still there, and then we'll and articulate on his body. You can see that his face, his chin, a lot of his upper chest is showing heat signature. So what we're going to do, and there he is. Okay, let's go in. All right, so we've been up here too. That's a whole nother story. Okay, this here is it's really weird because it's just down this corner all by themselves. This is their cubbyhole, if you will. I used to think this is like a janitor's area. And
Sears had this entire section to himself. This is the original structure of the original facade of the original building that was kind of built around the shed Masonic temple / chapel.
okay.
But right here is the private quarters for the Sears family, in which they had their own doorway they could come in and out of and disperse through.
Okay, this is it.
Yeah, it's more lit up than it normally is in here.
So it was weird when I walked in here. This is when the temperature went way up. Now, is it locked? Oh no, it's open. Good. Okay, before we go in, Now, it was not, I don't remember if it was cold out or not, but I believe that would be a radiator in there. So, but you know, why the sudden change? So I'm going to give you guys a view, and I'm going to take a reading of this. Let me get the thermal camera on this area. It's not really painting any heat signatures. So there you can see, we'll kind of move it around a little bit. You can see there's the opening to the ceiling. You can start to see there's no heat let's say there is some differential there by the ceiling. And white, I believe, I've got this in white. The white is going to signify hotter. But as I move down, and again, this is just to check a box, this whole episode. I just am curious. So this is the radiator now. If this were winter and that we're on, this would be glowing red.
Even in the winter,
that would be red hot.
The door right here, it stays pretty chilly. It stays, I would say, between 50 and 60 degrees.
Okay. So
always dark, cold, and scary here.
I do not like this place. And it gave me a very bad vibe last time, and you know, part of it, it's very depressing in here, but there is the crypt of Richard Warren Sears. And I do have the device pointed at his crypt, and I'm not sensing any heat. Keep your hand there. Why don't you put your palm on there?
It's ice cold.
Now just keep it on there for a minute. Now I know on drywall, your heat signature will remain. Take your hand away for a second and see if it leaves. Yeah, see that? Now that is the residual heat energy of Brittan's hand being transmitted because it's remaining in there. So I'm not picking, let me aim over here. I'm not, of course, the ceiling you can see. Let's see, oh, that's just a reflection on the screen, sorry. But I am not picking up any, let's get in here, hold on. Getting that reflection. Okay, so we're not getting any heat signatures. What's that? We're getting a little bit of a change of signature here. What am I? Oh, I'm seeing, you know what that is, guys? That is Brittan's reflection in the marble, I believe. So it is black is hot, dark is hot. So I had that backwards. But actually you can see that's interesting. You can see Brittan in the reflection of the marble. But if you look at the marble, and I'm gonna go up, there is no heat signatures. And of course there would be no heat signatures, but I just wanted to check this box off. Because could you imagine if we came in here and there was like
some type of heat signature outside of what she has.
So, oh, that's Richard Warren Sears. Okay, so that's the second. This is straight in front of us, Richard Warren Sears. So I am pointing I'm pointing it right at him. So we are taking a reading. You can see my heat signature in the reflection there. And there is no reading, which I'm relieved in a way. I mean, it would have been cool, but so I think I've checked that box off. Well, let's get out of here. It's not getting hot, so we're not having that bad experience in that way. But it's funny, I'm breaking out into a sweat.
Yes. I feel overwhelmed.
I'm not hot, but I'm like sweating. I'm not trying to dramatize. We're not here to dramatize, but it's just really weird in here. So let's get out of here and turn this thing off. What a weird, it's like an afterthought place to have that crypt here, just in the back of this.
It stands by its own.
Well, that's for sure. It was almost like, hey, we didn't have any room left, so we're gonna put you guys here. So, all right. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are gonna head out of here. We are gonna head out of here, and we'll see you on the next one. This was fun. We got a lot more coming, so we're just starting to ramp this channel up. So, catch you soon.